This is the Super Co-op Squad Video Game Podcast, episode 106. On today's show, we'll be discussing remakes, when they're good, when they're bad, and if they're ever ugly. We'll also have our games, name the game, video game trivia, and of course, the speedrun.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode 106 of the Super Co-op Squad Video Game Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Johnny Mac. I'm here with my friends, fellow gamers, podcasters, and at least on behalf of Garrett and I, Kingdom Hearts fans for 15 years and going.
Going strong.
Garrett Laney here with me.
Hello.
And the still wearing a hat, Joshua Gerard.
I don't have a Keyblade.
No, and you will never have one. You're not a Keyblade master such as like Garrett and myself.
It won't take long.
You might be able
I
to
can surpass you guys.
We'll give you a shield like Goofy.
So,
yeah.
You can never strike me down.
Yeah. He's the one that always put out of the team.
Yeah.
Like when there's a, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna hang out with Jack Skellington. Sorry, Goofy, you gotta go, man.
Man.
I need a mage. I need Kiraga.
You're not used I need that
He's
white
the
mage,
bard
baby.
of the Final Fantasy classes.
Do you never use bards?
Nope.
Yeah, I was gonna say bards are actually useful.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Jimmy, he was a good bard.
Yeah,
Stick it true.
Goofy is not useful. But hey, every week we talk about games.
Well, gosh.
We love them. We talk about the latest news, the reviews, the trends, ongoing topics, and have just a generally good time talking about everything gaming related. Before we hop into the show, though, as always, we want to make sure that you're aware that we'll talk about things and we're gonna spoil them. So this is your terrible spoiler of the week. Garrett, what do you got?
A long time ago, a movie came out called South Park. Bigger, longer, and uncut. Kenny dies.
Yeah.
Again?
What, you saw it?
I never realized that was actually a pun for a penis.
Yes, it
Bigger,
is.
longer, and uncut.
Very good, Johnny.
But for real spoilers, guys, just make sure you realize that we will be discussing stuff. Check our show notes, and be aware that going forward, it's spoiler territory. These be spoiler waters there.
And uncut.
And uncut. Yeah. Well, there'll be some cuts. Actually, we'll be doing some edits.
Okay, there's gonna
be some. It'll be cut.
Not if we don't mess up.
Cut nice and clean. All right. So as always, we're hopping into best and worst news of the week, where each of us details what we felt the best news and the worst news of the week, and then we vote on each. Laney, your start. What is the worst news of the week for you?
That's right. Worst first. I was about to give my best news. Nope. That was gonna be my worst.
Nope.
All right. So in GameStop fashion. Kingdom Hearts PS4 Pro bundles are being canceled. This is because they have way more reserves than they can get systems. At which point, that's not the consumer's fault. They already gave you, some people already gave you money. Some people ordered online, which they charge you, after. There are people who pre-ordered that we know, that pre-ordered the day pre-orders opened. They got the email saying that it's canceled. And that sucks.
And then they got a follow-up email saying, no, it's for sure canceled.
Like, that's not their problem. If you made more pre-orders than you can get systems, you need to figure out how to get some systems.
But Garrett, GameStop has to do something to allocate and say, I'm sorry to all these people that got canceled.
Get their systems.
The sad thing is that in the recent history with GameStop, they've had a policy many of you might be aware of where they force online bundles for you to purchase. Let's say, I don't know, a rare amiibo popped up or GameCube adapters were, when they first came out, were hard to find. Well, you couldn't just walk into a GameStop and purchase one. You had to buy one from their online site in a store. They would ship it to you. But instead of it being $20, it would be $50 because they'd add in some garbage to the bundle that you have to purchase. Oh, this is a bundle we have. Only way you can buy it is in a bundle. I guarantee you that's what will happen with this product. You will have it on their store online. You can go into a store. They won't have it in store, but you can buy it there and probably have a Kingdom Hearts controller or some nonsense.
I really hope not. That is beyond scummy.
Yeah.
Like it's one thing to do it as a system for regular system. That's how I got my Switch, by the way. Is I had to go online, get a bundle for an extra $200 or something like that. But that's for the regular Switch, not a Zelda Edition Switch with cool Zelda Joy-Cons or anything, just standard Switch. If you're doing this for, like, exclusive, rare, special consoles, that's scummy.
Yeah, I don't think there's ever, even for a regular Switch, right, when they were in high demand, you couldn't walk in and get one. I personally think that's still wrong. That's extortion. That's what that is. It's low-grade extortion. Well, no, you can't buy it. But if you buy all this stuff, too, then yes, you can buy it.
I'll just throw it in there.
Yeah, that's not okay.
Yeah, this was also my worst news. But I was making the comment because GameStop said for those that had their pre-orders canceled, they get a $25 gift card. That's their way of saying I apologize and making amends.
You can't even get the game with that.
You can't get much with that. You might get a pop.
Can't even get the Prima.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I mean, this happened with the Zelda 3DS systems.
Majora's Mask.
It happened with another the NES Classic. It's just stupid. GameStop has a trend, so
yeah, it's pretty bad. Cool. Well, that was quick. Both of your worst news is there. I wonder what's going to win.
I can't vote for mine. So
yeah, well, we determined a time ago that if you have the same thing, it counts as a vote. Anyway, my worst news. You're probably not going to be happy with me, Garrett. And I'm so sorry. Although maybe you will be. I'm not sure how you feel about this particular piece of cinema. As Disney is like to do, in standard Disney fashion, to use your words from a few minutes ago, they are moving forward with yet another live-action film.
Okay.
The Hunchback of Notre Dame will be getting a live-action remake.
Okay, happy so far.
I read about this.
Yeah, man. Like, to me, that was one of the worst Disney films from that 90s period after The Lion King. I did not like it.
90s version being the worst or not a good film in your eyes. I think that'd be a good reason to do a live-action one, Bring it up. Bring it back. Maybe redeem yourself.
No, like just leave garbage where it needs to stay.
Would you rather had a different movie instead be chosen, like 101 Dalmatians?
So, well, they've already done that.
Well, that's true.
But okay.
I mean, kinda. They did do it, but it's not part of the new live-action renaissance that we're going through.
Oh, now it's a renaissance. It's a renaissance now of these films. No, you're right. It is not. So they probably would move forward. And to answer your question, yes and no. I would say yes. I'd like them to do other movies instead of this, but I'm going to say no because it's clear that they are going to do this with all of their vault of animated films. Like it's obvious at this point that it's not like they're targeting specific ones anymore. It's not like, okay, well, we're going to do the Jungle Book because it's good for it. Or we're going to do Maleficent or Sleeping Beauty. They're just doing them all. Like that is the status quo now because we've got everything. We've got Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, Alice in Wonderland, the Jungle Book, Dumbo, Hunchback of Notre Dame. Mulan's already done. Like they're just waiting for the release date.
Side note, Alice in Wonderland also was not part of the Renaissance.
Okay, fair enough, fine, whatever. But you get my point, right? Like they're clearly going to do all of the films, so I can't pick and choose what I would want them to do. They're going to do it all. So
is Pinocchio next?
Go. Ago, you had mentioned. Oh no, actually, I don't even think we recorded this. I don't think this was. We had a discussion, Johnny, how movies like Snow White and Sleeping Beauty, they're not relevant anymore. Like
right.
kids look at it and they don't know what those movies are, or they don't care, or anything like that. Remaking them and doing it live action, I think brings it back into light for those children's.
Yeah, I mean it's a possibility, but I think really more so they're going for the nostalgia factor. So I mean, I guess to your point, it will bring in kids because they're bringing the kid in us to the theater, right? Like, if I'm a big, like honestly, you make The Little Mermaid, I'm in the theater. Like, you got me. So you make that, right? And my kid's 7 years old. Well, I'm gonna bring him. So now, boom, he's in the seat too. And like, to your point, now he's into it or she's into it.
Yeah.
And now you move forward with, in 10 years, a CGI Little Mermaid. And the cycle continues.
Mm-hmm. Disney is forever. They are legion.
Cool. All right. Well, that's
the worst.
That's our worst news for. Okay, Garrett, what are you voting for?
I'm looking forward to the Hunchback movies. So.
All right, fine.
Kingdom Hearts pre-orders getting canceled. Joshua's. I'm voting for Joshua's.
Yeah.
Got it.
Can't vote for mine. I mean, Hunchback has... It's okay.
It's got some good music. You go back and listen.
It's got a couple cool parts. I vote Garrett.
Oh, well. All right, well, there's your win. Garrett and Joshua take worst of the week. I guess you guys get a straight flush there. Ridiculous. Fine. They get a clean sweep on their worst of the week.
You're not going to pick who explained it better?
Who had a more valid
Gamer debate
point?
it?
Garrett did.
Okay. Because he went first.
Sure.
And I just agreed with his points.
Okay. All right. Time for best news of the week. What do you got?
For me, best news this week, Netflix. Doing what Netflix do. Is looking into, or I think it's already been confirmed, we're getting a Resident Evil series. I think that's pretty cool.
Based on what?
Well, that's the thing. I don't think we know.
We don't know
And
specifically.
I really don't want it to be Alice. I don't want it to be based off Alice. Alice has had 6 movies. She's a made-up character for the movies.
7 movies.
I don't think
my
that's true. I
mistake.
think it's 6. I think it's 6 movies.
No, it's 7.
Okay, we'll look this up. But
6.5 movies.
while we're doing that, I don't think it's going to. Well, they're not going to recast Mia Jovovich, and they're not going to be able to afford her. I would imagine. Although maybe those movies are pretty damn low budget. So like, but anyway, I digress. I know for certain that it's not going to star her because these are supposed to be set in the same universe as those films. Damn. So
yeah, okay.
So this is going to be kind of a post-apocalyptic take, most likely. Again, because it's going based off the end of those last movies.
Yeah, I really would rather have it based off the actual video game. Like, that story. Maybe see some Leon.
Yeah. I 100% agree. And the interesting thing, well, 2 things, and we'll have to get into this again at the end of the show, but I feel like Netflix is doing a good job at taking video game properties and doing them justice. I mean, they've done it with Castlevania and it's come out okay. So hopefully we see the same thing here with RE.
Yeah. I think Witcher looks great.
Yeah, and I mean they got that coming too. You're right, but I feel like maybe this could have been an animated show. I would have maybe preferred that better. And then also I do understand though, many people I've listened to some of the podcasts that have discussed this. They are saying that this could be them targeting The Walking Dead as a competitor. Like you make this, and this is now a competitor to The Walking Dead. Okay. With a whole new set of zombies, a whole different mythos, right? Like, it's more understandable, more explained.
The Walking Dead doesn't have zombies, okay? They have walkers.
Well, actually,
or geeks.
Yeah, every group calls them something different. but yeah, like it would be like scientific zombies. So then also just the mythos of like what they can do will be different, right? Because not that it's bad, Walking Dead, they're just regular walkers. There's no super walkers. There's no like leechers.
Smokers.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Boomers. Hunters.
There's nothing like that at
Witches.
all. There's no giant spiders. There's no nemesis. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So with this, right, they have the ability to do that. They have the ability to have a crazy amount of zombies and continue to evolve the show and the fear that you get from watching every episode, every season. So it's a good spot.
Yeah.
I don't think there'd be much competition. Walking Dead's been on the decline. I mean, it's still popular, but it's nowhere close to what it was.
I think they said they have plans for another 10 years.
Yeah, man. I mean,
everybody says that now.
That's not true.
Bungie said that.
They lasted a bit. Well, anyway, yeah, The Walking Dead is for sure still one of the top rated shows, and top watched shows on the networks. Like as far as cable shows, it's still easily top 3 to 5, no question. And they're not going anywhere anytime soon. They got 3 movies in the works. Like they're still. I mean, they're not. You're right. They're not at the top of their game, but they ain't no slouch. Like in my opinion. Well, also the networks. So.
Okay. That's my best.
Yep. What do you got, sir?
All right. So my news is on Nintendo. Nintendo do what Nintendo do is a running theme here.
Joshua fashion.
Yep. So the NPD results came out, and Nintendo Switch was the best-selling console of 2018. So that's some big news if the Nintendo Switch is going to outbeat the PS4, considering they had a good year and hit a new milestone. And that just means people are actually still buying Switches. They're still supporting the system. They're buying the games. We're getting a lot more third-party support. We're still getting a lot of third-party support. And that's just great news going forward into this year and beyond.
Amazing what you can do when your system's available to purchase.
You put out good games.
And you put out damn good games.
And you make it mobile. And
oh, you mean like on the go?
Yeah, and non-mobile.
Okay.
All right, cool. All right, my best news of the week. It is it's getting to see a large amount of gameplay for Atomic Heart. I'm sorry, Atomic Robo is a whole different thing. Atomic Heart. That game is an insta buy for Johnny. Like it looks fantastic. I love the weird, quirky universe. It's got this, like, obviously, people are making the comparison and parallel to BioShock, but it also just, for some reason, reminds me of, like, a live-action Cuphead with, like, the weird, like, the weird creatures and stuff in it. Like, I am digging the heck out of everything that I am seeing for this game. Yeah, I mean, just knowing that's on the horizon is refreshing to me.
Do we have a...
We have a dying man in here.
In case you want to cut this off. Do we have like a kind of potential release window?
No release window.
Okay, very much in the works still.
Yeah, but it's interesting. So, I mean, this is not necessarily about Atomic Heart. Oh my God, Atomic Robo is not Atomic Heart, Johnny. There are two different franchises. Atomic Heart, Ghost of Tsushima, the Outer World, like all these new IPs coming look so cool, so refreshing, so awesome. And it's not easy to get new IPs that interest people, right? Because that's the hardest thing to do is get a new movie or a new game off the ground versus an established franchise. So I'm super stoked.
Who's the developer?
I cannot tell you right now. I have no clue.
Okay. Thought it was embargo for a second. I cannot tell you. It's a secret.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Okay.
So
I don't know. Who's making Atomic Robo?
Probably, I don't know. Shonen Jump or something.
Oh, is it an anime? Because I've never heard of that either.
It is an anime, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Cool. All right, time to vote, sir.
I'm going to go with Johnny's Atomic Heart. I love the Switch. Switch is doing great. But there's nothing better than new ideas coming and new games and new worlds to explore.
Yeah.
That sounds cool and all. But I like more Resident Evil. As long as they make it good.
X gonna give it to you.
Are you gonna actually watch this? Get Netflix and watch this?
No. Let me see a trailer first.
Fair.
That's fair enough. Okay. And then let's see here. So Resident Evil movies. There was Resident Evil 2002, Apocalypse 2004, Extinction 2007, Afterlife 2010, Retribution 2012, The Final Chapter 2016.
You skipped one in there somewhere.
I did not.
That's not counting the CGI Resident Evil movies they made.
Evil Apocalypse, Evil Extinction, Evil Afterlife, Evil Retribution, Evil The Final Chapter. You're 6, bro.
I'm sure there's another one in there.
No,
somewhere.
you're wrong.
Bro,
no, you need to just say, Johnny, you're right this time.
Nah, I'll do my research.
Wow.
I'll let you know.
You hear him right now? He can't.
I'll let the listeners tell me.
The man can't take an L.
I can't take a no.
You just got to prove it wrong. I just Wikipedia'd it.
Yeah, we could have did that off air. So
I wanted to show that I was right.
We don't need to do that.
Well, it's already.
This is a group effort. We're not trying to single anybody out.
All right, fine. Let's move on.
The jerk over here.
All right, guys. It is time.
No, it's not. We need your vote.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, it's not time. My vote. What was your thing, Garrett?
Resident Evil.
Yours was the Nintendo.
Yes.
Yeah, Resident Evil for sure. Like, I want more great Netflix originals. So, yep.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so that's 2 wins for Garrett there, 1 win for Joshua, and no wins for Johnny.
That's all right.
So there you go. You get a little sound bite. There it is. Cool.
I didn't hear it.
It'll be there.
It'll be there. You didn't listen. That's why.
It's a dog whistle sound.
And this one that follows.
Yeah. Stop doing that.
We'll see if it makes it.
All right, let's move on. All right, guys, it is time for our main topic. So, we talked about Resident Evil just a little bit ago, and Resident Evil 2 just released its remake from Capcom, and it's been getting pretty darn good reviews. We'll see how sales are. But this is I wouldn't say a controversial remake, but the fact that it was a complete remake from the ground up, rather than using old code or putting kind of a new coat of paint, if you will, on the old architecture of an old game, it is a completely, almost brand new game. And so there's a lot of discussion online in the gaming community regarding if this is a good or a bad thing, or a lot of the different details that swirl around it. So before we kind of hop into some questions, what's your guys' take and thoughts on complete remakes of older classics?
I love them. I love seeing an old loved franchise that you grew up with getting not only a facelift, but it's getting better controls. It's getting more intuitive cameras, which I think is good. For example, Resident Evil 2. Tank controls were the thing back then. Not so much now. Sure, you can still play with tank controls if you want, but that's not the way modern video games are played anymore. So, now you can go, oh, imagine if that game had, felt like today's games. I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, tank controls back then were limiting your movement added the horror element because it made you feel helpless and you have to hurry and I have to aim or I have to do something different, or there's something hiding in that corridor and I don't know where it is because the camera doesn't let me pan. So to answer the question, I'm a big fan of these type of remakes because number one, it allows you to kind of relive that moment if you played an older game and kind of see where technology has progressed and where the artists have really changed or added onto what they've already done. And then secondly, it allows us, like for me, I've never played Resident Evil 2, but it allows me to play some type of version of it. And it's a lot easier to play a newer game at a lot of times compared to some of these older games. So,
yeah, it's an interesting space to be in where we're at the point now where the gaming community's been around so long that just by the sheer amount of games, you can't play them all, right? Like, that wasn't the point before, right? I mean, if I would say we are kind of the first, I don't want to say true gamer generation, but we're the first generation of gamers that really grew up in the modern console gaming era, right? Like before that was, I mean, the Atari and stuff. It was a little older. It wasn't just the explosion that the NES brought, and we grew up in that in America anyway. And it's a little bit different maybe outside of here. But you can play everything. I mean, if you chose to, right? If you had the ability to play, if you knew a friend, there really was nothing holding you back as far as the library was concerned, which is your access to it. But now, there's no way. We talked about it in previous episodes. There might be 500 games released, in a year, and you might get to play 20. I mean, if you're lucky, you might play 30 or 40. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's if you get like perfect times. If you got like JG time, like putting in games. If you got a family or working 2 jobs, like that ain't happening. So I think it is good because of that, because it's not possible to play everything. And there's so much now that if you're 10 right now, you're not going to go back and play a PS1 game. It's just not, I couldn't do it, right? Like I could not go back and play I couldn't play RE1.
Prime example is how badly I want you to play Ocarina of Time. I understand back in the 64 days, I grew up with that, but you missed that boat. And
Yeah.
I'm trying to get you back over to that island, but it's too far back. If they remade that, using today's graphics, we keep seeing stupid Unreal 4 engines, and I'm like, stop showing me this unless you're going to do it.
Right.
For me, Johnny, you really want me to play Legend of Dragoon?
Yeah.
I never have. I try. I can't get down with it though. It's too old.
Those load times though.
It's just too old.
Yeah, and I mean that's the thing. Like games get old, or if you're 10, you're not gonna go. Like I said, you're not gonna go back and play a game that just feels like you're playing on with your thumb with no thumbs. Like it's just not gonna happen. So I think for that reason it's good. So a couple of things that Garrett you had mentioned. You talked about tank controls and them changing those camera angles being changed up, and some people feel like that at least. Specifically, we'll get into general as well, but specifically for Resident Evil 2, and I guess 1 as well, was what made the game terrifying, was your lack of control of the character, right? Because you really couldn't run around, you kind of had to back up, turn around, go forward. It was very, not intuitive, I guess.
Yeah.
But now it's more modern. Does that take away from the game at all, in your guys' opinion, that they've changed that all?
In my opinion, I completely understand where the people who miss the tank controls or don't like the new movement controls. I do understand where they're coming from, and I think when something like that happens, the developers have to find a new way. That's it. You can still make a game easier to play and more accessible for more people, and still have that emotion that you're trying to convey by adding extra monsters or making it so that you have less bullets. Resident Evil's always has been about not having enough ammo or having enough ammo, exactly enough ammo. So I think that you can still make a game. You can improve upon the mechanics of the game without stealing the emotion or the feeling that the developers want you to feel.
Okay.
Nicely put. As far as that, it really depends, because if you added tank controls at the time to give a more horror aspect to it, and you change that up, okay, so now what can we do to continue to make it a horror-filled experience? So if you maintain the horror because that's what captured a lot of people, then I don't think it ruins the experience. If you look at gameplay-wise, you look at what Resident Evil 4 did for the game, they still were able to make it where it was kind of freakish in a way. They put a little different spin on it, but they made the controls much more accessible, and it made it more fun to play, and it added actually a bit more challenge to it as well. And then you kind of flip it, and then you go to 5 where it's all action-oriented. Now we feel like we took a step back because the gameplay was different, and it wasn't really the horror experience. And then 6 tried it again, it didn't work. But then we go to 7, and now it's a completely different game. It's first person, but that entire horror-filled experience was there, and people actually liked it. So I think we're afraid of change sometimes, but as long as the game is what we expect a franchise to maintain, I think it's good, and I think we'll be okay or satisfied with it.
Or make everybody happy and put options.
Yeah, I mean, that
horror versus non-horror?
That's always...
I guess in the situation that could have been a possibility. So generally speaking, then, you're fine with them, let's say in just general remakes, updating moveset, updating
mechanics
of the game, or like the characters balancing perhaps, to make the game a better experience for a new generation.
Yes, yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, we got Smash Ultimate.
I don't know if that's necessarily.
No, it's not. I'm just saying we got better games out of it.
Yeah,
but yeah.
I think I mostly agree. I mean, specifically for RE2, this remake that's just released last week, because with the tank controls, it was a way that they created a false fear, right? It wasn't the fear of the game or of the zombies. It was fear because you couldn't move. Like if there was a 3-year-old in here with a knife, I probably wouldn't be.
Chucky's here.
I probably wouldn't be that scared, right?
Where's Chucky?
I'd be cool. But if there was a 3-year-old with a knife and I was tied up and could not move, I'd be a little more concerned, right? Like, he may not be murderous, but like he's playing around with the knife and he stabs me in the leg. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I'd be scared. And I think that's what the tank controls were. So specifically for this, I think that's a good thing. And then I think generally too, I agree with you guys that if you're going to make the game modern anyway, if you're going to put all that work into it, then you may as well make it so people want to play that game.
Yeah.
If you're going to remake Assassin's Creed 1, you got a lot of stuff to fix.
Yep.
Don't just make it look prettier.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, that's nice and all, but no, fix all the bugs in that game.
Yeah, fix everything. And I guess the next question would be, you're doing this, right, for the reason or so we've kind of come to that, well, this is for a new generation, or this is for people to re-experience who missed it, or just people who wanted to play it again with a fresh coat and a whole new kind of take on it. But, I mean, is there really a need for this from a new generation standpoint? Will people play this? Will people want to play these kind of games? Absolutely.
You'll hear it every time how, you're not a 90s kid, you were born in 2010 or whatever. You didn't grow up with us. You didn't play Lion King on Sega.
You didn't know what gaming was. Like, you don't understand what it's like to be on the level with the giraffe heads and the Lion King and fall off.
I'm trying to swing with those monkeys, but you accidentally went to the blue monkey. You didn't go to the pink monkey that swings you to the left. You went to the blue monkey that swings you to the right.
Now you gotta start over and do it all over again. Jump on the rhino.
No, but like and especially in today's society where you have social media and memes and everything, there's memes galore talking about games from the 90s, Final Fantasy VII and those kind of epic games that made gamers, that kind of thing. And if you missed out on it, then it's just, oh, okay, I don't have a PS1. I have a PS4. Well, hey, they're going to remake Final Fantasy VII on the PS4. Get in. Hey, you look cool. Get in. I think remakes are amazing at that, amazing at bringing a new audience so that into the community that there's already a group of people. There's already a group of people that played RE2 back on the PS1 days, right. And they have their way of, oh, this was cool, and remember when that happened and everything. Jimmy from 2010 can't be in that community. He wasn't around. Well, now RE2 Remake is here. Play the game, Jimmy. Don't get scared. And be a part of the community. It's not exactly the same, but I think you'll be welcomed. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. I believe there's a truth behind gamers when there's a history of gaming involved. So if we look at any game that's part of a franchise or sequel or anything that has a history of itself, that allows us to not only come together as a community to come up with memes, conversation pieces, talk tracks, podcasts, but allows you, I feel, as either a gamer or as someone who is interested in that upcoming game to look back. Where did this game come from? Who's this character? How old is this game? What's different? What are we changing? What's exciting? And imagine if, Grayson, you introduce him to Pokemon, but you introduce him to Pokemon on the Switch, and then you can take him back if he becomes more interested, and then you can show him the original games, or you can show him the show, or then you can tell him stories about the trading cards. And there's something about just gaming history that allows us to really come together differently than other mediums, I feel, because and you mentioned that, we have a long period of time, but it's really not that long. We're talking 25, 30 years maybe. And you look at just time itself. There's so much more than that. I don't know. There's always something about going back and looking at a history of games and then being impressed with what we used to do to where we are right now.
Yeah. For my part, I think that the new generation, I don't want to say that it's ever going to be like a blockbuster hit, right? It's not going to ever be something where the new Black Ops 4 is coming out and they're going to go, dude, they are remaking Final Fantasy fucking 4. It's just not going to happen, right? But I think there's a niche, like you guys are talking about, that will be interested because of that lore, because of memes online or stories they're told about from their parents. That's going to happen. And people who just want to experience great games. People, because just like movie franchises, right, or even video game franchises now, Halo just goes forever, or even Mario, right? There's a mysticism there that this is a Mario game, or this is a Zelda game. Bringing those back, it just continues that, right? This is one of the ones that started it all.
Yeah.
So I think from that perspective, yeah, the new generation will absolutely want to play it to some degree, but it will never be a blockbuster hit. It'll never be this game just. It was the top selling game this month in the NPD. Maybe this month because it's January, but it's never gonna happen in September.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. I don't want to rule out that it's not a possibility. If they pick the right game, get the right developers, and market it the right way. But I do see that. Yeah, no one's gonna be like, oh yeah, Resident Evil 2's back. All right, step aside, Fortnite.
Hold on, Anthem.
Exactly. But I do think that these games can still do well.
Okay.
I'll disagree with you there, because there are games that can come out and then it will just possibly shatter records. If Final Fantasy VII Remake came out in September, it will be the best selling game of that month, if not that possible holiday season, depending on what its competitors are. If Nintendo did a full HD remaster of Super Mario 64, it will be the best selling game of that given month. It doesn't matter which month it came out. So there are certain games that, are considered greatest of all time, or in that high end category, that can appeal to both masses. It can appeal to us because we feel that that's one of the greatest games, or that was a game that we beloved. And then those who didn't play or didn't experience will experience it for the first time, and they might feel that it's one of the greatest games that they've played. So you might be able to get it on both ends. Okay. Depends on what the game is, though. That's
actually an interesting take. Yeah, you're right. But those are going to be few and far between. But I actually changed my mind a little bit. You're right. If they remake certain games, it'll definitely do well. If they remake, like you said, 64 Mario or certain things, I don't think Final Fantasy VII's in that list, to be perfectly honest with you. But there are games like some of the ones you've mentioned that would be.
Quick question on that. If they did an HD remaster of BioShock 1, would that entice you to be excited for that game? Because I know that's one of your big games.
It's too soon. Like, it still looks fine to me.
Yeah, I agree with that. There's definitely a certain amount of time that needs to pass before you do it. For instance, Okami came out on the Xbox One and PS4 not too long ago. I love that game. I haven't played it since the ill-fated Wii version. But before that was the PS2. Loved it. So I rebought it on the Xbox One, played it, beat it, loved it. Then I get news, oh, it's coming to Switch. I'll buy it. I'll buy it. And now I'm looking at it and I'm like, it's too soon. Like, I just beat it. I want to play it again. I'd love to play it on the Switch, but I just did it.
like 6 months ago.
It's too soon.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
So it seems like we're kind of all on the same boat here. Like, generally, typically, it's going to be cool to make remakes. There's a time and place, certain games, right? But it looks like it's a good thing. And the changes are fine. What changes are too much though? Like, what's a change that you're like, nah, man, like that needs to stay in there. So I got a couple options, or if you want to just go through what you might think.
Okay. Are we talking things that they added or things that they took away, or either?
Either
okay.
one.
Okay. Because I think if you remake, let's say they did do Super Mario 64 remake, unlock the next world for $4.99. That kind of thing. Like if they throw in, I'll be the one to say it, microtransactions into these kind of, now it's kind of like pay to play kind of thing. Not so much pay to win, but pay to play the game.
So that's interesting you say that, because earlier Joshua mentioned, Final Fantasy VII Remake, that is going to be an episodic game.
Yeah. It's one of the worst things it's the worst thing I think of. Sorry. It's the only negative thing I think of when I hear about the Final Fantasy VII Remake is that, oh, that's right, it's episodic.
Okay, cool. You got any ideas on what might be too much of a change from an old school game getting remade?
Yeah, if they make a game easier versus keeping it true to form as far as certain difficulty or challenge. Because if you make it easier because, today's day, people like Garrett just don't like hard games. Sorry, Garrett.
I stand by it.
No, that's not okay with me. If a game was somewhat hard or challenging, or if it had a sense where like you had to get better to play the game, keep it that way. And then also, in the flip side, I think some things require change. Like if you're going to come out with Metroid Prime Trilogy on Switch, add an option where motion controls aren't required. Like you have to add that because it wasn't in the original game. So that would be like a welcome change versus taken away from
Well,
something.
would you still be upset if, say, okay, Ninja Gaiden for the original NES, we know is a tough game.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those games where it's like, if you want to play it, you got to get good. Well, what if they added, like,
a save option?
Not even a save option. Just,
added an easy mode?
Just difficulty. Yeah.
If
Change the difficulty.
if you're adding an extra difficulty, that's fine, but don't strip the entire difficulty of the game just to be easy because people can't play it.
Okay, but what if it's like, okay, the game comes out and it's easy. And after you beat the game, you unlock hard. Is that okay?
No. Like, keep it hard and then add an easy mode for those that don't want to play it on hard.
Okay.
And then you can add a super hard after that.
So, I have a couple. My first one would be voice acting. I thought that would be something you might have thought of. But, so, these old games, right, they might not have voice acting at all. It might just have text.
Yep.
And now it's just a staple, right, for us to have voice actors. Or they might want to update voice acting because, if they have the graphics look better and the facial structure, then the way that this person is speaking and intoning from that 1992 or whatever it is game, maybe won't match up the same. And now that actor may not be available or their voice is different, which means you might have to now go back and redo some voice lines. That cool? I don't think so.
All your base belong to us.
Yeah, or mistakes, yeah.
So you think it's bad to get new voice actors?
I don't want it. Like I want
it to be the same.
Yeah, I wouldn't want the changes.
I disagree wholeheartly. Like if they went through with Resident Evil 2 with the original, like just strip the voices from the original game into the new game, that'd be a bad
Okay, well, like for instance, what if they remade Metal Gear Solid 1 and they did not bring back David Hayter?
It would absolutely suck. Yeah,
but they put someone else in there.
They're going to put Keith Sutherland.
Okay, and you're fine with that.
I would hate it, but I'd play Metal Gear Solid 1 still. Especially with updated graphics.
But you prefer that versus just leaving the audio the same with the classic voice actor who did the job in the first place. Which one would you prefer? I know you'd still play it.
Yeah, okay. And in this case, of course, I'd rather have David Hayter.
Even though it's the old voice actor. And it may not be as clean and good as the 20 years in the future. You know what I mean? That's my point.
Yeah, but the problem with that is that you're hearing one decade while playing in another. And that is weird to me.
That's hard.
I don't think that meshes.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I would agree. You would just have to suffer for that because sometimes you can't get the same voice acting. My brother's having a huge gripe that
Yuri Lowenthal?
Yeah,
it is Troy Baker.
Troy Baker, they didn't bring him back to voice Yuri and a lot of the cutscenes and a lot of the new stuff they've added into Tales of Vesperia.
Yeah, a lot of people are upset about that.
Yeah, and apparently he didn't even get asked to do it. They just shunned him out of it. But it does make a difference, and it does in a way ruin the experience. But it's a little bit different because that game hasn't necessarily aged. It just looks better. But in a game that's 10 or 20 years old, it definitely makes a difference. Like you're not gonna be able to play as fluid when you're hearing an old soundbite that echoes and sounds scratchy, or that's just not,
almost became a drill
or that's not clean. It's not clean. Even if you're playing on a new TV, it just wouldn't work well. So maybe have it as a bonus option where you can play older sound bites in the game.
Interesting. Okay. So my last one is cheat codes and glitches. For me, I would be pissed if they take that stuff out. If you had some glitch, like it's just the easiest one to reference, Mario 64, you leave it in. Like, you fucked up the first time, I get it, but like, leave it in. You don't get to fix it now. Like, you're giving us the game that you made. Give us the game you made. Don't take it out.
But what if it was a glitch by accident?
That's my point. I know that. I know.
No. But you can't. What if you can't recreate that?
I 100% think that they could recreate it. There's no. I could not see an issue where these developers now, with the skill they have from guys 20 years ago, even if they can't do it again on accident, they can put it in now on purpose. So yeah, leave it in for sure.
I don't know how I feel about that. Like,
I think it's dumb because you're like, hey, we're gonna add this mechanic so you can purposely break the game because that's what we did on accident the first time around.
I think that makes it true to what you gave us as a creation. Because back in the day, I've talked about this with you guys before. Like, I lament the fact that gaming it's not like other mediums where once it's out there in the world, it's out there. And that's what true art is. If you make something and you have a small error in your Mona Lisa, it's on that painting forever. You don't get to go back and fix it.
That imperfection.
And that's how it used to be in game. You made your game, that was it. What you gave the world was your game, and there was no updates or patches to fix things that you might have missed. You can't go back in Bethesda and fix 5,000 patches with updates over the course of Fallout 4 and Elder Scrolls Skyrim's release. Like, that's so...
No, slow down, John. If this world happens, EA would not exist. You can't ship unfinished games. That's ludicrous. What are you talking about? We can't ship unfinished games.
Yeah, EA be out of business. But no, I mean, yeah, that's where we existed back then, so leave it the same.
I disagree. I think that when you're remaking a game and especially from the ground up, if you want to improve or if you want to like fix an issue that you guys didn't know about before, a lot of the times it's because other gamers find it. It's not because like if you run into this door for 30 seconds, then you warp to the end of the level. No one's ever going to do that kind of thing. Like it's usually just like
it's an accident.
Yeah, exactly.
See, but like the fun thing is figuring that out, right? Like I guess it is subjective, but like yeah, if you touch this door and like hit it 3 times with your shield and then go the other direction, hit the wall over here, you'll get to the end of the level. And there was just like some random crazy glitch they never expected, and then you find it or you figure it out. That's cool. That's so awesome. Even though they didn't mean it, even though they didn't want it in there. It's a part of the game that you enjoyed for your childhood. And now they take it out, I would be sad.
But are you buying the new game to play the glitch or to play the game?
It's to play the game, but that's part of the game because the game I experienced included those flaws.
I disagree.
That's fair. So, all right, cool. Hey, that was a good discussion on remakes. Let us know your thoughts on remakes, guys. Are they good? Are they bad? Which ones are you most excited for? And what's going too far? We'd love to hear from you. Reach out to us by email, contact@scspodcast.net, or on Twitter @SuperCoop Squad, on Instagram @SuperCoop Squad. We're also on Facebook. So chat with us. We'd love to hear from you. All right, guys, it is time for Gamer Trivia. So every week, two of our hosts go head-to-head in a best-of-3 trivia contest. Loser stays and plays. Sorry, loser makes next week's trivia. The winner stays and plays for next week. I was said loser last week, so it's my week to do the old trivia. And we have Mickey Mouse here. We've got Kingdom Hearts. This is going to be some Mickey Mouse trivia.
Oh boy!
All right.
Why'd you? Okay.
Yeah, we both did it. So?
Yeah, but mine's good.
So?
Yours overpowered mine.
All
right.
Better Mickey.
Here we go.
I'm Mickey or Oswald. How about that?
Question 1. Mickey Mouse was originally created as a replacement for what other Walt Disney character? Is it A, Mortimer the Misfit Monkey, B, Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, C, Horace Horsecollar, or D, Felix the Cat? I have Garrett's answer.
No. A and C were?
I know who A was. Well, I thought I did.
And I have Joshua's answer. Garrett, you said B, Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. Joshua,
It's too on the nose. I was like, nah.
you said C, Horace Horsecollar.
I don't even know if that's a real character.
They are all real characters. The correct answer is B, Oswald the Lucky Rabbit.
I was like, nah, it's not going to be that one.
Because I know Mortimer, but I thought he was Mortimer Mouse.
That is 1 for Garrett. That's incorrect, Joshua. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting fun fact. I'm like, oh wait, and do an actual
Yeah, there you go.
fact.
All right.
Just so you can be happy and get a little smile on that red
He
bearded
said
face.
he's going to wait, so we'll see if it actually comes to fruition.
Hush, hush, hush. Okay, next question. In which short film did Mickey Mouse first wear his signature white gloves? Is it A, Steamboat Willie? Is it B, The Opry House? Is it C, The Barnyard Battle? Or is it D, The Plowboy? In which film did Mickey first wear his signature white gloves?
I'm gonna be so mad. If
You
it's
mean
the
those
other
aren't his
answer.
hands? His hands aren't just white. The little brown little seeds on them? Little
I
black
have
seeds?
both of your answers, gentlemen. Both of you selected the same answer. B, The Opry House. The correct answer is B, The Opry House. So that is correct for both of you, gentlemen. That brings the score to 2 for Garrett and 1 for Joshua.
Should be 2-2.
It is not, though.
No.
Are we gonna have a problem?
All right. Last regular question. In what year did Mickey Mouse make his first comic strip appearance? His first comic strip appearance. Is it A, 1930, B, 1934, C, 1942, or D, 1946? I have Garrett's answer, and I have Joshua's answer. Garrett, you answered C, 1942. Joshua, you answered D, 1946. The correct answer is A, 1930.
I thought that was too soon for comic strips. I didn't know comedy was a thing back in the 1930s.
Sorry. All right, and now for the fun fact. So, as we discussed in the first question, Oswald the Lucky Rabbit was the character that replaced
Or was replaced.
by Mickey Mouse. However, Disney, before having his own company, actually drew much of Felix the Cat in the past.
I did not know
The
that.
studio did that. Yeah.
Okay.
hmm
Man.
Very interesting. All right.
That was a cool fun fact. You should do more of those.
We'll see. So Garrett's up 2-1. Go ahead and send in your votes, gentlemen. It's time for sudden death, salty sudden death. However many points they have, they're able to bet. With this next answer Jeopardy style question, they can gain that many points or lose that many points.
Go big, Garrett.
However, even if they bet 0 or however many they bet, the question getting it right is worth 2 by itself. So you still have an opportunity, Joshua. Let me go to my question here. Alrighty. What color shoes does Mickey Mouse traditionally wear? What do we normally see him in as far as the color of his shoes?
You ever see his feet?
That happens sometimes where you see his feet. Yeah.
I didn't ask for his feet, I asked for his shoes.
You did. I'm trying to think. This is a trick question.
His feet where?
Give me your answers, gentlemen.
You're asking for one
Well, if
color?
it's going to be like not brown, it's going to be auburn or something. Like, is this a trick? Is this a trick?
Just give me a color.
I'm not looking at his damn shoes when I'm watching them.
It's Mickey Mouse. You know what color his pants are.
Yeah. Well, but he's not talking about pants. He's talking about
Okay.
shoes.
I have your answers.
It's a
I don't like that.
like
I
traditionally
don't like
sounds
this.
like a trick question to me. Or trick play.
But maybe this is one of those. Okay.
You answered yellow.
Yeah.
Joshua. You answered yellow.
Yep.
Okay.
The correct answer is yellow.
Yeah.
Okay. It was one of those so obvious questions
It was
that it's
pretty
right
obvious.
there. Okay.
So that is correct for Garrett and Joshua. Now for the points. Garrett, you were in the lead. You had 2 points. You bet 0 points. So you went from 2 points to 4 points. Good job.
Well, Josh only had one. So.
Joshua, you
I
had
had
1
one.
point.
Yeah.
You had to go in. You had 1 point. You bet 1 point.
Yep.
You gain that, so you get 2 points. Plus, you got it correct. That brings you also to 4 points.
Yep.
We are in a salty, sudden tie.
I really don't want to
Take that, Garrett, huh?
really don't want to lose Mickey Mouse trivia. I love Mickey Mouse. But I thought the question was going to be a lot harder.
Well, it kind of was. You were debating quite a bit there.
Okay.
You know, brown is going to be Auburn. White.
I'm gonna give you guys a multiple choice one. So you're
Wow.
gonna vote. You're gonna send in your points. How many points you want to bet? You got 4 each. Send points however you want.
So we're
You're still-
rebetting points.
Yep.
With
Yep.
4 as 4.
You got 4 points, so you can bet however many points you want. Let's keep this trainer rolling.
Okay, this is interesting.
I mean, it's the same thing, just again.
Well, no, normally now it's just whoever gets the question right now.
Yeah, I mean,
but now it's
Point
points
betting.
again.
Now it's scary, right?
Yes.
I like it. I like the fear. This is like RE2, man. Like, change up just enough.
Make it easier because it's Mickey Mouse, but also make it harder.
Okay,
Because it's Johnny.
I have your points. Okay, gentlemen, what were Mickey's first spoken words in a film? Is it A, look out? Is it B, hot dogs? Is it C, wanna dance? Or is it D, golly gee willikers? What were Mickey's first spoken words?
What are those answers again?
A, look out. B, hot dogs. C, wanna dance? He would never say that. D, golly gee willikers. There's no way you guys are gonna pick wanna dance. I'll give you that one for free.
Maybe he was talking to Minnie.
That's the first episode is her.
I have both of your answers.
What a
Garrett.
formal dance.
You chose A. Go.
You do it like that, and now I think it's because you're doing Navi. And now I think that was a joke answer.
Joshua, you also chose A. Look out.
Okay.
Oh. Oh.
So,
The correct answer
is it hot dogs?
is B. Hot dogs.
Damn it.
So that's incorrect for both of you, gentlemen. And now for the points.
Hot
We'll
dogs.
go with the champion here. Garrett, you had 4 points. You bet 2 points.
Keyword.
So you lost 2 points. That gives you 2. Joshua, you had 4 points.
Yeah, I did.
You bet zero. You still have 4 points.
Yeah.
That gives you the Mickey Mouse Trivia Championship.
I want to grab Mickey. He stays with me.
I didn't think to not bet points. I have 4 points. I could have bet none. I forgot about that.
So mean. For those of you listening on podcast, you picked up the Mickey Mouse pop we have on the tape, pointed it at Garrett, and went, You did this so- Okay, I'm done. Garrett's hurting. Okay, well.
You still have a Keyblade, Garrett. It's
congrats, you are the
I
champion.
might use it.
Let's move on.
Use it to the one who created the trivia, not the one who won it.
Alright, guys, it is time for the speed run. So every week, we go over 7 fun facts or news stories or just general trivia content that didn't make the list for a full segment. We give ourselves 1 minute per topic before we move on to the next one, whether we're finished or not. Joshua, we gotta go fast.
We gotta go fast, huh?
Bad at it.
In the speed run.
Fuck you, Garrett, huh?
Nintendo releases a statement that Metroid Prime 4 will be delayed as Retro Studio is being brought in to revise the game from the ground up.
So what do you call best news and worst news combined?
A conundrum.
Okay, there we go. This is great news because Retro's back at it. This is not great news because we don't know when this game's going to come out now.
Wait, Retro.
Retro Studios.
Didn't they do Other M?
They,
Or is
no,
that Ninja Theory?
that's no, yeah,
Ninja Theory
Yep.
did Other M.
Okay.
Retro did Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3.
and the Donkey Kong Country returns.
Tropical Freeze.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they did
okay.
Metroid Prime 1 through 3. That's all you need to know.
Alright, this is good. I don't know why it took Nintendo so long to find out that they weren't happy with the product.
Well, I mean, they've got to try to go through it, right? Like, I mean,
I mean,
Yeah,
we don't even
try.
know how long it was in development for. So was it really that
I
long?
mean, they announced it, 2 years ago, E3?
Ultimately,
They probably-
you should be happy.
Yes.
At least you should.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because they decided that that's a gutsy ass move to say, you know what, we gotta scrap 2 years of fucking work.
That's true.
And they told us. They didn't have to tell us.
And they said something. Yeah, that is huge, Joshua. So yeah, I mean, you got some big balls, Nintendo, to be able to say that. But
What are you gonna do? Not buy it?
well,
They're
could've
Nintendo.
They could have made a crappy game. Yeah, and just let you guys be pissed.
Yep, that's true.
Next. Namco Bandai has revealed 4 new fighters for Dragon Ball Fighters Z second season. Jiren, Videl, Broly, and
I was
Gogeta.
gonna say, who's Brody?
Yeah, I've had it misspelled. It's funny that with the Dragon Ball Fighter Z's, it's like there's just no easy way to put the apostrophe S. But
It's fighters.
Dragon Ball Fighters is his second
Yeah.
season.
this is cool. I like Videl a lot, but like, it's just why? Like, she's just underpowered.
She would get
She would
destroyed.
get killed.
I mean, it's a fighting game. It's a character. They should give her a costume option where she has long hair and not just short hair.
Videl is an anagram for devil.
Nice.
I
And
guess it is.
and then
Her father's Mr. Satan.
very similar how 17 has moves with 18. Videl has moves with Great Saiyaman.
Okay.
That's cool.
I'm on board now.
Yeah, it's cool. And there's
Great Saiyaman in the game.
kinda. I mean, yeah, he's in there, but not as a standalone fighter. Yeah. And there's also 2 other unannounced characters as well. And this is Broly from the movie Broly, because there's only a Broly character in the game.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so now we have 2 Brolys?
Yep.
We have 8 Gokus, so...
And Vegeta's, and now we have another fused version of them.
Next!
Netflix continues to bring back our childhood as it releases the first season of the animated reboot of Carmen Sandiego.
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Wait. I watched Carmen Sandiego.
Yeah, man, I loved that show back in the day.
I watched Where in Time. It's Carmen Sandiego, which was a game show, actually.
It was. Look, you ever go back at it? You ever go back and look at it? It's kind of weird.
Where in Time is Carmen Sandiego. Stop her crimes and solve this mystery. That's the one I
Let me look at my newspaper before they call my name.
I'm excited by this. I watched the first episode. It's not,
Oh, it's already on.
yeah, it's already out.
You know how Netflix do.
Yeah.
You know how Netflix do.
Yeah, they don't do. But yeah, it's not great. It's interesting. It's fun. It's definitely for younger generations.
Yeah, I figured.
Which is fine.
Mhm.
But it was interesting. So yeah.
All right.
You can come in with a red coat next week.
No,
No,
I will not.
I guess it's not that good.
I like all this. Like, Bring back the Beetleborgs. Big bad Beetleborgs.
Metallic! Exactly.
Oh, man.
Please
It's
don't.
gotta be metallic.
Please don't bring it back.
And Genie was next!
Detective Pikachu 2 is already announced months before the first movie even releases.
Man, it's like,
Pika.
well,
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
cool. We're gonna hit. It's like announcing season 2 before season 1's done.
That's what we do now, apparently.
It doesn't make sense. Like, movies not out yet.
I think what they did was they released the trailer. I'm sure they were expecting just terrible reactions and just, they hate it, people hate it. But people are like, oh yeah, okay, this looks good. This looks fun. This looks entertaining.
It does.
Okay, alright, they like it.
You think Ryan Reynolds has
Okay,
a
let's
lot?
do another
You think
one.
Ryan Reynolds has a lot to do with that just because he's in the movie?
I don't know. It's
You don't
different
think Star
with
Power changes this?
It's different because with Deadpool, he loves the character Deadpool. He wanted to do Deadpool. I don't know if he feels the same way about Pokemon and Pikachu.
I don't think so, but I think he just fits with his snarky responses. Like, he fits the role. Like, when I heard the Pikachu speak, I'm like, that's fucking perfect.
It's great. It's great. It's, I know you can't understand me, but I'll electrocute you. It's great. Next. Reports are being made that upon booting up, KH3 players are given a warning that streaming of the game is allowed. But not if the purpose is to provide viewers the ability to specifically listen to the soundtrack.
Yeah, so essentially, they're saying, hey, you can stream the game as much as you like for non-commercial purposes, so you're fine, but don't just play the soundtrack. Okay.
And it's kind of a weird restriction to put on there. Like, I don't know.
Unless all the music is licensed somehow, or they're going to release something
Well, it's
separately.
all licensed if it's on the game, but, like, how are you going to enforce this? Like,
Does non-commercial mean that they can't get like donations and subscriptions?
I don't even know what it means
Was
anymore.
it-
Like,
Yeah,
They can put the ban on that. I mean, YouTube's cutting down on a lot of stuff now.
as well they should.
Yeah, so, I mean, rules are rules. So is this a forever thing?
I mean, I'm sure, but it's just a weird thing to put in the beginning of your game for players to see.
Yeah.
It's just funny. Like, more than it's fearful for me. I don't know.
I mean, I'll probably still stream it.
I
Not just for the music though.
Yep.
that's against the rules.
You'll be gunsties.
All right. Yep.
Next.
There we go. Roman Reigns will join Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as his in-movie brother in his Fast and the Furious spin-off movie, Hobbs and Shaw.
That's actually pretty cool. I did not know that.
I also thought that was pretty cool, like him bringing on another WWE guy. These WWE guys are starting to make some money, bro. Like, you have Dave Bautista doing Drax. You got John Cena, who just was in Bumblebee. The Rock, of course.
Wait, was he? John Cena?
Yeah.
Are you saying that?
I didn't see him.
Are you for real? He's doing a thing. Keep going. Eating up your time.
That's fine. But yeah, I mean, like, these guys are like, alright, man. And the thing is, they're not making shit. Like, I could be like, oh, like, here's a WWE dude come in another movie, but, like, Dave Bautista is genuinely great as Drax. Like, it's top-notch great. So.
You can't see him either.
No, you can see him. What are you talking about? No, I like Roman Reigns though. A lot of people don't, because it's one of those things where like the people in the wrestling universe, they can tell that the head guys are trying to get Roman Reigns to be a good guy, and they don't like when you tell them who the good guy is. So they boo Roman Reigns all day, every day. I'm like, he's a cool guy. I like him. Next.
In other Netflix news, the streaming giant will be moving forward with a Resident Evil, we've already said this, live-action series set to coexist in the same universe as the Mia Jovovich films.
Wait, what? I didn't hear about this.
Okay, so more to talk about with this. Okay, so... I mean, there's not a lot more to say, but I'm genuinely excited that they're going this route. I just hope it opens the door for more stuff, but what would be like another... Well, okay, who would you want to be cast? Like, if you had to pick someone to be Chris Redfield or Claire, who do you want it to be? Or do you want it to be them?
I'm gonna go with that.
I'm gonna say for Chris Redfield, I actually want Mark Wahlberg.
Interesting.
Yeah. I think he's got the look, and like in the Pain and Gain movie, like he can get ripped.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
most
can.
definitely.
Yeah, so that's my Chris. That's my Chris.
Do you want the zombies to be like people zombies? I mean, like CGI, or like people walking around in like makeup?
I think people having practical makeup and all that. I think that's fine.
Yeah, because it could work.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, if you do CG, well, I guess it depends on the zombie. If it's like if it's a liquor,
Yeah.
like it's good. CG, please.
Yeah.
But if it's just a
You don't
zombie,
want a Jim Henson puppet?
no.
You don't want a Muppet?
A Muppet zombie?
Right? Like, no?
No. I think people end.
Alright, guys, well, that is the speed run, and we are moving on to the next little segment, which is Name the Game.
There you go.
So, Name the Game is here. 3 games. No, that's not right. That's right. 3 games, 3 clues, 1 correct answer.
Two competing hosts.
2 competing hosts. I don't have my notes in front of me. I'm sorry.
Use your wits.
Match the clues.
Name the game.
Thank you, Joshua.
Right.
Yeah.
I got tag team
Yeah,
there.
you do got it. Cool. All right. I lost again, so I am doing this as well because apparently I sucked last week.
Dude, don't even talk to me. I lost Mickey Mouse trivia. All right.
A platforming game. This is the first one. First hint. A platforming game developed and published by Ubisoft. Remember, you already got one clue here.
Mm-hmm.
Rayman.
I already told it's all Disney themed. No.
He does what Joshua does. He throws a guess in there. Prince of Persia.
No.
Huh.
Might be Disney themed.
This title was released for the Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance.
I'm going back.
Tailspin?
No.
I like where you're going. So I'm going to say Jungle Book.
No. This has 4 level themes, and one of which is a classic city in a Disney television show.
I don't know. Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
DuckTales?
No.
I get my answer already.
Oh, that was your actual... I was kind of like the waste of my time joke. This stars everyone's lovable, lispy duck.
Do I have to get the name of the game?
I'll throw it in there.
Donald Duck going quackers?
That's correct. Donald Duck going quack.
Is that what the name of the game
That
is?
is the name of the
Okay.
game. That's 1 for Joshua.
Yay!
Never heard of that game.
Did they make a PS2 version of that game?
I
Possibly.
have absolutely no clue.
Because I was going to guess Crackshot.
He probably would have gave you that one if I didn't name it.
That wasn't the name of the game, though.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
I wouldn't have given that to you.
You probably would have given that if my answer was wrong.
Another Disney-themed game released in 1993 by Capcom.
Aladdin.
DuckTales.
No.
I had to try.
I said Aladdin.
Oh, no. This released for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System.
Lion King.
Oh, no. Sorry. In my head, I said no. I didn't say it out loud.
Yeah, we're live. Do it live.
Rescue Rangers.
No. This game can be played in multiplayer mode with either player controlling one of 2 main characters.
Chip and Dale.
No.
You literally...
No, I said Rescue Rangers.
In my mind, it's the same
Of course
thing.
it is. In your mind.
Thanks.
Just the venom. Of course it is in your mind, P-Brain.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
You implied it.
Very heavily.
What's your...
I don't know. Pocky and Rocky.
No. This game was also a television show and was also a movie of a different name.
As most Disney things are.
Timon and Pumbaa.
No.
What are the things that came out at that time? Jungle Book.
No.
There was a Super Nintendo game named Jungle Book. It's a real game.
Dogs aren't typically in a troop, but they are.
Goof Troop.
God.
I own that game.
Yes, it's all on it.
I can do the thing. I own the game. I can do the thing. I win.
Well, we've never had a tie like that before.
Never had a tie. Yeah. Oh gosh. Okay. you guys both get a point? I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with that.
Because you have a chance to come back, but then it'd be a tie, and then Johnny has to come up with another game. With
I mean, we could pause the recording and analyze it to see who happened first.
Technically, we could do that. Let's please not do that.
It's gonna split up our mics.
Right,
look at
so
the wavelengths and the frames.
So then we both get a point. Then.
Yes, you guys both get a point.
Cool. I'm down for that, but I gotta get this next one in order to win.
I have to get this next one in order to try.
Yeah. Okay, next game. This game is a side-scrolling game made by Infogrames and produced for the Sega Genesis.
Infogrames?
Yeah,
It's not Info
It
Games.
is not.
Huh?
Yeah, it's stupid, right? But there you go.
What's a grain?
DuckTales.
No, but I mean,
Magneto?
it's fair.
Gotta try.
I don't think that came out on Sega. What are the other ones that came out back then? Gargoyles.
No, but
That's
great
a
guess.
damn good game.
Great guess.
My cartridge broke.
Oh,
This game released in the early 90s and was inspired to be done by Sega because of the 50th anniversary of this movie.
okay.
So the game was made in part because they were excited for the upcoming 50th anniversary of the movie.
I don't know the Disney timeline. Castle of Illusion?
No.
I'm gonna go. All right.
This was also inspired by Castle of Illusion and thus also starred Mickey Mouse.
Damn.
No, they make it.
They did.
Okay, I'll try it. Fantasia.
That's correct.
Damn.
Oh, good job.
That's a game? I gotta look for that.
Yeah, that is a game.
I stuck you there because his clue is based off my guess.
That wasn't a clue either way. I was going to give that to you. So
I was on the right track.
you just got lucky.
I'm like, the hell?
Like,
What
yeah, I knew
50s
around
movies?
1940s. Fantasia Kid.
I had no idea. That's why I said I don't know the timeline. So now Johnny gets to think of the game because we've never had an NTG tie.
You're gonna keep the theme?
Dogs don't normally. They normally come in packs.
That was funny. That was you were trying to.
But I own it. But I own it. Like, give me that.
I have a tattoo on my arm. I deserve those tickets.
It's a SNES cart of the game. Or Sega cart.
I have this video.
Yeah,
I do not own it, nor have I ever owned it, nor have I ever played it.
It's
So
fun. It's actually really fun.
I never played it. Okay, I believe I have the next game.
damn.
So yeah, good luck, gentlemen. Again, it's still Disney themed. That's all it is, loosely Disney themed. So I don't want you to think it's got to be Mickey Mouse or DuckTales. It could be anything Disney. This is an action adventure game that was created by Disney Interactive Studios.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
That was not created by Disney Interactive Studios, but no.
I just threw a Marvel game out there.
They didn't own them yet.
I know what it is, but I think I know what it is. I jumped the gun.
DuckTales.
No.
Damn.
This was released on PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, the Wii, and Windows computers.
Disney Infinite or Infinity.
That's incorrect.
Damn it. That should have been it, though. It matches. It lines up.
Looks like it.
No, that is incorrect.
Ooh.
Great pull, though. This game allows players to suit up as characters from multiple Disney franchises, such as Aladdin, The Lion King, Monsters, Inc., Wall-E, Finding Nemo, and Phineas and Ferb.
How is my answer not?
Because it's wrong. That's it. It's not Disney Infinity.
Think? Oh no, I have to get the title right.
Please, go first.
Eggshell.
That's the name of the
If I don't get no. I think it's Disneyland Connect.
That is incorrect.
Wait, no, that wasn't released on the PlayStation.
Or the Wii, or anything for that matter. Wait, I didn't even get my guess.
Oh, sorry. You've been going first this whole time.
Yeah, well, I'll let Garrett go first on that one. But I really don't know. So I'm going to say, I don't know, Guilty Party.
No.
I just need another clue.
People would liken this game as one would parallel Little Big Planet. The parallel to Little Big Planet.
Because because Infinity's not the game that he's like that matches up with everything that he's saying. I don't know. Disney Infinite.
Kart racing.
No, that's incorrect. No, that's incorrect. Aladdin is just one whole new world in this blank game.
Kingdom Hearts?
No.
Yeah, that's another game that also didn't come to Xbox.
One of them.
I don't know.
Just pass if you need to pass.
Lego Disney.
No. It's not a galaxy far, far away. It's more than that.
You can go.
I don't know. I'm listening, looking. You know what this game is? Because we don't.
I really thought one of you would have got this by now.
I'm telling you, man, your clues are just obnoxious sometimes.
Thought so too.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Just passed it.
Toy Box, the game. I don't know.
No, that's incorrect.
Spore.
That's incorrect. A whole universe all in one game.
It's called Disney Universe?
That's correct.
I don't remember that game.
You don't remember Disney Universe, guys? Yeah,
No?
Hold on. If you see the picture, you
Yeah.
will for sure remember.
Doesn't matter. I lost.
Oh. I mean, I only know that because I worked in a retail store.
As did all of us. We all did.
Okay.
The-
All right. Well, good job, Josh.
Yeah,
Good job.
what?
You are the bigger Disney fan.
Yeah.
13 boring minutes later, we are there.
Not 13 guesses later.
Yep.
Did you?
I did play it. Yeah, it's an interesting little game
I
for
didn't know
kids.
you dressed up as. That's what had me stuck the whole time, just trying to think, in what game would you dress up as the characters?
Yeah, it's a scheme. All right, well, that's a win for Joshua.
Yay.
A double header. You don't get a lot of those, buddy.
I don't.
Yeah,
That's true.
good for you.
Yay.
Cool.
We
That's
still
your
never
win.
got a three-peat, and that will continue.
I have gotten a three-peat.
I think
We got
may have
one.
had
We got one.
I think he has one.
Believe
About
me.
that.
The archives are getting thick.
Winner until proven
trying-
not.
I was trying to find an episode to show someone a little piece of something. Like I could not find the episode. Like, so you have to be pretty dense. Cool. All right, guys. Let's move on to the end of our show. So we talk about what's going on with us outside the world of the podcast and what we've been doing in our daily lives, and of course, give each other
Stupid powers, huh?
stupid superpowers for better or for worse. And we got to keep this quick today. Quick today, guys.
Why are you looking at me? You're the one that's had the extensions
I was looking
recently.
at you. I was looking around. Because we're running over time. It's late, super late. So for myself,
It's cutting into our smash time.
that is true. I saw Bumblebee.
Say it.
Everyone's talking about how, like, this is the better Transformers movie, and like, it's better than that film. Fuck, it sucks. Bro.
Fall Knight or Bumblebee?
Bumblebee's trash.
Really?
I did not enjoy it. It wasn't okay. Maybe trash is a little harsh. It was still pretty bad though. Like, it was trying to fit that mold of like E.T., Goonies, Stranger Things.
Really?
It's just like
Group of kids
Or-
fighting the man.
or Baymax type of thing. Like
Mhm.
I mean, do you guys care? Do you care to know some spoilers?
I had the chance to watch
I
it
might go
for
watch
free
it.
today. I still said no.
Okay, so you care? You care? It's not really that
Eh.
important. So he
Yeah, we had a
loses,
spoiler alert.
he loses his memory for a little bit, and he just becomes a fucking idiot. It's not like he lost his memory and he's just a giant smart robot. He's like stupid. Like Baymax was stupid. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Baymax wasn't stupid. He was just innocent.
he was kind of
That's
dumb.
different.
No, he was dumb, bro. Like he'd walk into things or step on something. You know what I mean?
His
Like,
batteries were running low.
whatever. Like, Bumblebee will crush a car because like he or like
Doesn't know how to stand.
like she told them like, okay, we have to hide, and so like she told them like to transform, like, okay. Then she was giving him examples. Okay, like if something happens, like, oh no, Bumblebee, someone's coming, hide. And she ran behind a rock, and so instead of transforming into a car as he was informed, he's a robot, like he should have perfect memory from what he just learned from her. He hides behind like a little rock. And his big ass transformer body is sticking out. And she's like, no, Bumblebee, you got your transformer. And he's like,
Sounds
and
campy.
transform. Like, what the heck is going on? Anyway, I don't advocate this movie. Don't watch it. I did not enjoy it. Other than that, I'm playing Hollow Knight. I'm loving that game. And then I will not play this game for several weeks now because Kingdom Hearts is coming out in 2 days. I will play nothing but that and neglect my children and wife a little bit. No, I won't, babe. Don't worry. But
Just the children.
just a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit. No, I won't, but I will be playing that game as much as possible. Doing well at work. Work's going great. Killing
We'll
it.
talk
making-
about that.
Damn, you said the
Oh,
W
I
word.
forgot. It's been a while. I'm so sorry. I'll cut that out.
No, we don't do that here.
All right. Well, I'm sorry.
It's one strike.
I'm
Just
sorry.
remember. Just remember. You have one strike.
Okay,
I have a strike. You have a strike. Garrett is free
Strikeless?
breezy.
All right. That's my week. Garrett, you get a superpower where...
No, he doesn't. He gets a superpower.
You get a
We don't do
superpower.
superpowers here.
You
Sorry.
get a- well, today is a superpower that you're going to enjoy.
No! He did me dirty last week. You gotta give him the stupidest
Still
one.
using the power, so it must have been at least good.
No.
You're literally using it right
I'm
now.
still wearing that same hat.
It's a cool hat. It has nothing to do with your
It
power.
is a cool hat.
No.
Garrett,
I mean, yes.
You have the ability.
Damn it, you robbed
have
me.
the ability that
I hate you.
anything that you touch in one hand, as long as you're holding that keyblade that you have right there in front of you, it will become the properties of that thing. So if you're walking around and you touch the box to Street Fighter, it'll become a Street Fighter keyblade. Or if you're walking around and you touch, I don't know, Indiana Jones, the movie, it becomes an Indiana Jones like whip-like, keyblade. And it only stays that way while you're holding that thing, but you can do it.
You're like Mega Man.
So if you want to have a Bayonetta keyblade, pick up the Bayonetta game.
Or never let it go. Well, okay, I've said let one thing go.
But
I need one free hand.
But you got but you got to
Put it in your pocket.
Like, you know what I mean? Like you touched the wrong thing, and you might have a horrible keyblade in your hand. You know what I mean? Like,
Feed me, Seymour.
yeah. But there you go.
Okay, sweet. My week. I bought RE2. As I said, I did not play RE2.
It's a shame.
I want to, but just no time. Girlfriend came down, spent time with the family.
Can we see Angelica? Like, at this point, I'm not
Yeah.
sure if she even exists anymore. Like,
No, we spend all our time together. There's no time to come down here.
you can spend time together with us.
No, we're spending time with the family.
Wow.
Well,
She was only here for like 2 days.
hi, Angelica. Bye, Angelica.
We'd like
Yeah.
to see you.
No, that's
Or at least no
Not
one-
you, Garrett. I wasn't talking to
Or,
you. I was
or
talking
at least
into
know
the-
when she's here while she's
I
here.
was talking into the microphone at Angelica, listening to this podcast 5 days in the future.
Or watching.
I doubt she's watching.
Anyway,
That's a shame.
so it came down. We saw the movie Glass,
Ooh.
which I really wanted to watch Split first. I keep starting Split, never finished it, but and Unbreakable I saw when it was in theaters.
Unbreakable.
Glass was pretty good. It was nice, and there is a twist. It's an M. Night Shyamalan movie. It was really cool because when I ordered my drinks, you know how I do when I go to any
I know how you do.
they tend to have themed drinks for certain movies, so there was a Glass themed drink. So I ordered that.
I gave it to you in a glass.
It was twisted. It was a twisted glass. Oh.
No,
Aw.
no. Hold on. I'm gonna get there. So I'm talking to the waiter guy. Everything's real cool. He opens up his little checkbook to write down my order, and I see a little Momo sticker from My Hero Academia. And so after he gets my order, I'm like, "Oh, is that Momo?" He's like, "What?" He's looking. Oh, you want a Momo? Like, I don't know what that is. Like trying to write down the order. No. In your book there. He's like, "Oh yeah, I just started it, and I just finished season 2 and everything." And I'm like, "Okay, cool. Did you see the movie? There was a movie." So we started talking about My Hero Academia for a bit. He comes back with my drink, and with it is a little shot glass that is it says glass on it, and it's like painted like it's shattered and everything like that. And he's like, you go ahead and have this. It's not something that they give away. It's for at the bar kind of thing. So it was really cool that he just gave it to me. So I have that. That was awesome.
Look at you, man.
And there goes his job.
That should have been you a chance. Like, hey, check out the Super Co-op Squad video game podcast. You might really enjoy it.
I'll have more on that later.
Oh, interesting.
Not to that guy, but someone else.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
I'm kind of networking.
Cool.
So anywho, Kingdom Hearts 3 will be coming out. I have a good chance of getting some cool, not necessarily swag, but maybe something for our studio here. That might be related to the Kingdom Hearts. So that might be kind of cool. We'll see how that goes at the midnight launch. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, I spent time with family. Also, 2 more things. We played, the new Super Mario Brothers Deluxe. That game will rip families apart.
I told you.
Do not play. I'm convinced, because Mario Party also did that. So I'm just convinced that the Switch is not a family system.
Or it could be just Mario games.
It's me. Oh, it could be. It could be. We did find playing Diablo. So there was that. But to kind of make up for the the Switch tearing us apart, I bought another game. That was a card game called, and Joshua, we've played this. What do you meme?
Yep.
The game is hilarious and raunchy and not for kids.
Nope.
Mostly. So we had a blast with that. So did that. Coming up, much like Johnny, Kingdom Hearts 3 will be coming out. There will be, you won't see or hear from me unless I stream it. I'm still deciding if I'm going to and if I'm allowed to, as long as I don't listen to the music.
Just do it with the sound down. Just mute it.
So yeah, KH3. I have Monday and Tuesday off, so Tuesday all day is going to be it. And that's going to be me. I'm excited. I'm excited for this game to win 15 years.
Cool.
Joshua.
Yep. Can I get a good power this time?
Are you ready for your superpower?
No, I'm never ready.
Get him.
You tell me to... Who are you? Last week you gave him a dirty power, and then this week you're like, I'm going to just give him a cool power.
You have the ability. Use it however you want. You're going to hate it, but I don't think you're going to see the applications. You can, at will, shorten, lengthen, change the color, the style of your hair and facial hair.
Okay. So I can be a cosplaying Final Fantasy switcher-upper.
I guess. I mean, you
character.
still need if you're going to cosplay, you still need the materials for your costume. But you can change the hair.
Okay, hold on.
You want.
Oh,
there we go.
There you go.
It's just disgusting.
My hair looks terrible once it's been a tie and a hat. But there you go.
He just took off his hat and whipped around his red ginger hair all over the place.
You look like a skater.
That's offensive. What is that? Is that racist? Is that discriminatory? What is it, Johnny?
Stereotype?
Which classifying category am I? Are you in?
It's disgusting. Is what
My hair is all naturally beautiful.
It's too long.
It's poof. Don't be jealous. Don't be jealous because I have hair.
You can. I know what Johnny would do with this power. He would do some crimes and then just change his look.
You do like Bayonetta and just extend his hair and
stab people with it.
I don't know if you can get the properties of that, but you could lengthen it and cover your body. You can either it or you could Professor X it. Anything between. Addams Family it or Professor X
or any bald character. Okay, cool.
Professor X.
Cool.
He's bald.
Yeah, any bald character. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. So, since you guys took all the time and Johnny didn't rush y'all, so I am still playing Tales of Vesperia. Johnny came by and I saw my gameplay time clock and he was like, the hell? What? Because now after, it's 2 weeks and I think I just clinched 50 hours. So who has time to play 50 hours in 2 weeks?
A single man.
Yes. A single man that has a day off here or there.
And also Joshua.
Yep. I game. No, it's good. I'm pretty much at the end of the game. I played the game before. I know where the end is, and I'll probably play it 1 or 2 more times to get through the content. Did you get Devil May Cry?
It must be nice to just replay a game right after you beat it.
Yeah, it is. Did you get RE digitally or physically?
I got it digitally.
Okay, so that's out of the question.
I only buy
digitally.
I only buy my Switch games physical and Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts is going to be physical.
The one exception.
And Spyro.
No, Spyro was digital.
Oh, wow.
Sly Cooper might be digital.
Okay. Continue.
Okay, so I've been playing that. It's a fantastically fun game. I am debating whether I'm going to pick up another digital game, whether it be Hollow Knight, or I was thinking about doing Bastion, or kind of one of those other type of indie games. But I don't know if I'll do it, because Tales is... I'm going to still continue to play that.
Well, you still have another 4 more runs to go. So.
I know, right? I mean, I got time. I got time till Anthem and whatever else comes out. That's about it. I haven't gone to the movies. I haven't really watched anything else. I watched an episode of Arrow today because it came back on this week. But that's about it. Nothing new, nothing crazy. See? Real simple for me. So you crying, dude?
No.
You got to look like you got a tear hanging out. Yeah, you tired. No smash for you. So Johnny, I got to give you a superpower now because I didn't get to give Garrett one. So your superpower, you know how the Powerpuff Girls had an ability where they could just fly around the room and then instantly clean anything? Did you see that episode?
Yes.
Well, you kind of have that power, but it takes you a lot longer. So you have the ability where at your whim, you can clean up houses and garages and stuff. You don't have to physically do the work. You just kind of have to do kind of a mental strain, and you can move stuff into place, and you can put stuff back together. If someone spills a drink, you have the ability to like lift it up and put it back in like that kind of stuff.
Okay, but
there's no but. Like you have the ability to clean with your mind.
how long does it take me? Like the normal amount of time for things to float where they need to go, or
Sure.
and I can only use my telekinesis, my TK, to clean?
Yep. Clean and tidy and fix.
I can fix crime.
You're not.
I can clean up the streets.
A broken bed's not a crime, Johnny. You can't fix a crime.
So I can use it to fix, tidy, and clean. Tidy up justice.
I mean, I suppose you could, you know,
It's all my mental
clean the blood off the streets.
I have a mental barrier that only allows me to use it for cleaning, so I have to, all right, I'm cleaning up the streets by killing this man and kill him.
No, you're not Dexter.
Light Yagami over here.
Yeah, oh, yeah, dude. I would never get caught.
Delete.
All right. Well, thank you for that power. I definitely will break the crap out of that, but thank you.
And subtext, and it's very super small print, only works in your own house.
You just said I could go to other people's homes.
I never said that.
The world is my house, actually. I live on the street. The city, this Gotham is my home.
Poor Vivi. Poor Grayson, poor Robin.
Yeah, they'll live.
Their daddy's out in the streets.
So, we appreciate... No, we won't be on the... They can live here. I will be on the street.
That's what I'm saying. Their daddy's on the streets.
That's fine. I'm a superhero. Or a super villain.
I'll take that as you got kicked out.
Wow.
Playing Kingdom Hearts too much.
That probably would happen. All right, guys. We are getting out of here. Hopefully you enjoyed the show, but this is the Absolute Info Show. We had a good time always chatting with you. Hopefully you did too. If you'd like to chat with us further, you can reach us by email, contact@scspodcast.net. You can also reach us on Twitter @SuperClubSquad, as well as we are on Facebook. We'd love to chat with you guys there. And if you want to help out the show in some other ways, please leave us a review wherever you're listening. We'd love to get that feedback on what you guys enjoy and why, and maybe why not. You know, give us that honest feedback. And leave us some stars, thumbs up. You know, whatever little 5-item metric you have where you're listening on Stitcher, Apple, iTunes, Google, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube. Give us that accolade, guys. It really helps people find us and helps our show continue to push and increase and grow. And lastly, let somebody know. That's the best way you can help. Hey, bro, what do you listen to on that phone? Oh, I'm listening to, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter what you're listening to.
Here, give me your phone. Super Co-op Squad. Type that in. Listen to this. And just blow somebody's mind. That's all you gotta do.
I just don't even tell them. Just take their phone when they're at the bathroom, you know, subscribe to us, and maybe leave a review.
Press play.
And just put it back. Put the phone back. We accept those too.
Yeah, that'll be fine as well. But yeah, other than that, guys, if you want to chat with us individually as well, just one-on-onesies, you can do that. You can follow and talk to us on Twitter. You can find me at JohnnyMac24.
You can find me at GJL3275.
You can find me at Eternal Red Gamer.
Cool. Well, until next week, guys, have a good one. Hopefully you enjoyed this week, and we will see you next week. As always, I'm Johnny Mac.
I'm still upset at Joshua.
I'm Joshua. I won.
Horrible name.
Yeah.